to doing some simplifying expressions. We're going to review distributing and combining like terms. You can go back and look at your 1-6 notes to help you with this. I do want to point out again that as you're doing these, you should be taking some notes, copying things down. I do also want to point out, though, that some of you, it is very, very possible that in these first couple of lessons that you just remember how to do these things, or maybe you look at the IXLs and you're able to recall how to do it. So in these first couple, it would be perfectly fine if you wanted to just try the IXLs and see what happens, and then the videos are here to help you. I will start pointing out when that is less likely to happen. But the first couple that you do, it's very possible that if you just open up the IXL, you can take a look at it and see if you remember how to do something. Or try a problem, and if you get it wrong, read what it says and see if that helps you. Okay, but for quite a few of you, it's going to be the case where you just need to watch the videos because it's been a while since you've done this and you need to review. So first, let's talk about like terms. So we just talked about what terms are. Those are your different parts of your expression. Like terms means that your terms have the same variables with the same exponents. So when I list out 2x, 3x squared, 5x, y, 7x, negative 2x squared, 5y, negative x squared. We look at those are all a bunch of different terms. And if we look at those for like terms, I've got 2x. 3x squared is not a like term because it doesn't have the same exponents. 5xy is not the same. It has the x, but there's also a y there. It has to have the same variables. All the variables have to be the same. So that is not a like term with 2x. 7x is a like term with 2x, not negative 2x squared because of the squared on that variable, not 5y, and not negative x squared. So 2x and 7x are a pair of like terms. If I look at 3x squared, well, not 5xy. Negative 2x squared is a like term because it's x squared, not 5y. And negative x squared is a like term. So 3x squared, negative 2x squared, and negative x squared are all like terms. I have 5xy. It has no like terms in this whole set. This one has an x and a y, and no other terms have both of those variables. And then I have 5y. Also doesn't have like terms because that's the only one that has just a y. Okay. So let's do an example where we're going to simplify an expression, and all we're going to do is worry about combining like terms. Whoops. Okay, so go ahead and write out this example on your piece of paper. 5a plus 6b plus 8 minus 3b plus 4a minus 6. So we're going to look first for like terms. Remember, with your terms, you've got to pay attention to your plus or your minus lines. So I've got a 5a. I'm going to look for any other like terms. 6b, 8, negative 3b, 4a, negative 6. Well, those are my like terms. 5a plus 4a. So you're going to combine those. And you're going to pay attention to the signs that are with it. So this 5, it has nothing. So that's like a positive 5a. And then it says plus 4a. So 5a plus 4a means I'm going to do 5 plus 4. is 9a. Okay, now let's move on to the next term. We've got this plus 6b. We're going to look for its like terms. So we're looking for anything that has a b, which is negative 3b. So it says positive 6b minus 3b. So that's like I'm taking 6 minus 3. 6 minus 3 is 3b. I've got this plus 8. I've got this constant. Remember, we talked about constants, your numbers without a variable attached. And I'm looking for any other constants. I have negative 6. So I've got 8 minus 6. 8 minus 6 plus 2. So your answer is 9a plus 3b plus 2. You would want to look and make sure that you didn't miss any of your like terms. You would want to also go through the line and make sure you got all of the terms from above. Make sure that you actually use them all. You maybe had like a plus 7c hanging out at the end. He didn't have any like terms, so you would want to just drop him down as plus 7c. Okay, but we're going to get rid of that because we didn't have that. All right. Let's go through one more example. Let's do 3x squared y plus 2x squared minus 5x squared plus 6y plus 7x squared y plus 8x squared. Okay. So look for our like terms. So we go down the line, we've got 3x squared y. That is one entire term, 3x squared y. So when we look, we need to look for any that have an x squared and a y in their terms. So we've got positive 2x squared, it's missing the y, so not a like term. Negative 5x squared, missing a y, so not a like term. 6y, missing the x squared, so not a like term. Plus 7x squared y, that is a like term, has x squared and y. And plus 8x squared, not a like term because it's missing the y. So 3x squared y plus 7x squared y. Combine those. That's 3 plus 7 is 10, x squared y. Okay. Now we've got your next term is plus 2x squared. Look for like terms, so anything that has an x squared. Remember the x squared y's were not like terms, so we would not worry about those. I have negative 5x squared, it's not the 6y, I have plus 8x squared. So you're going to combine all three of those. So it is positive 2 minus 5 plus 8. Okay, so at any point, remember you can also be using a calculator, or your phones have a calculator. Hopefully you have something that can use Desmos, or you just have a regular handheld calculator. Remember, at any point in time, if you do need that, you are absolutely free to use calculator. So 2 minus 5 plus 8 is 5x squared. I've got plus 6y. I'm going to look for any like terms that have just a y attached, which I don't have any. So plus 6y. You'd want to go down the line and make sure you used all of your terms. You didn't accidentally miss any. We're good. Okay. Now let's move on and talk about distributing. Distributing. That is when you are multiplying and you have parentheses. This is an H right here. Sorry about that. So you're going to multiply when you have parentheses. So we'll go through just a quick example, and then we'll go through and we've got to combine like terms also. So maybe I have 3 and then 2x minus 5. This is distributing. You're going to distribute that 3 to all your terms. So 3 times 2x will give you 6x. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. Okay, so there's a simple example of just doing some distributing. But now let's do an example where we have to distribute and then maybe combine some like terms. Okay, so get this example written down. We've got 5a minus 2 parentheses 3a minus 4 plus 6. So the first thing you should always start with is your distributing before you combine like terms. So that way you don't mess up accidentally distributing or combining like terms that can't be combined, stuff like that. So you're going to distribute. You need to pay attention to your sign. Your sign is a minus sign, so that means you're distributing a -2 when you distribute. Okay, so you're going to just copy down this 5a because nothing's changing with that. You're going to distribute your -2. So -2 times 3a is -6a. And then -2 times -4 gives you +8. And then bring down your +6. Don't accidentally forget about the terms that weren't dealing with distributing. Then we go back to what we had before as we look now for any like terms and combine those if possible. So we have 5a and -6a gives you -1a. And then you have +8 is a constant and +6 is a constant, gives you +14. Okay, that is your answer. Now there are a couple of other ways you could write that answer and it would still be the same. You could have just -a plus 14 is the same thing. Some people don't put the 1 there. It's okay if it's a 1 if you don't put it there. If that was -2a, that's not okay to not have the 2, but you don't have to have the 1. You also could put the 14 first. 14 minus 1a, and just put your terms in opposite order. That's okay. And then along with that, you could put them in opposite order and not have the 1 in front of the a. Any of those four are the same answers. This first one is probably what you did and probably the route you would go, but just keep in mind that all the others are the same. Okay. At this point, if you want to skip and go ahead and try the IXLs, you can. I am going to go through another example with a little bit more distributing and more combining like terms. Okay. So let's say we have 3x squared plus 2x plus 5 minus 5x minus 2x squared plus 8. Okay, so always start with your distributing. So we're going to start at the left and work to the right. We're going to distribute. We've got this 3 to distribute here. So 3 times x squared is 3x squared, and 3 times 2x is 6x, plus 5, nothing to do with that. Now there is this minus sign we need to distribute, and we need to remember that there's like a -1 there. That's what you're going to distribute. So that gives you -1 times 5x is -5x. -1 times -2x squared is positive 2x squared. And then you've got your plus 8 to just bring down. Okay. Now you can look for your like terms to combine. So 3x squared plus 2x squared. So 3 plus 2 is 5x squared. Then I've got 6x minus 5x. So 6 minus 5 is 1. So plus 1x. And you've got plus 5 and plus 8. Those are your constants, your like terms. Gives you plus 13. Look down the line, make sure you didn't miss any. We're good. Remember that it would be equivalent to say 5x squared plus x plus 13. Those are the same answers, or in any other order. Now you can switch up your terms as long as the numbers are with the same variables, you're in the same order. One last thing to just remind you about, I'll go back to a simple problem. So we have 2x plus 3 minus 2x plus 7. Okay. You're gonna combine your like terms, so you're gonna look to see you've got 2x minus 2x. 2x minus 2x, 2 minus 2 is 0. So those terms cancel out. They're gone. Do not put x, because x means 1x, and 2 minus 2 is 0. Then that just leaves you with 3 plus 7. Your answer is 10. And that's it. Not x plus 10, just 10.